everybody, and welcome back to the HCW show. I am your host, Frozzy, with my co-host, Rate Wrestle. And as you'll have seen on the last video where we did company year-end awards, we're going to be doing this with tag teams this week, based on Rate's own awards. Not awards, sorry, ratings.
Rating, yeah, it's a rankings, yeah.
Yeah.
The awards is in March, May.
The awards is in May. Well, yes, using Rate's ranking systems from all the matches he watches. As a yearly change, we'll be reviewing what has changed, and if it's anything like the company year awards, people might not have qualified, and everyone moves up.
Yeah.
No, I'm assuming with tag teams, there's a lot more that goes on.
You'd assume wrong. No, I haven't noticed, so we'll find out together.
Yeah, so we'll go through this list. We are going to do a top 50, but we're not going to talk about all 50 because we will be here as long as an AEW pay-per-view. So we'll sort of go from 50 to 20, and then we'll talk a bit more in depth about the top 20. But do you want to take us away, get us started, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you did this intro because this will go into my rant of tag teams. So I try and do top 50s. So the rankings, you've had to have 25 matches for you to qualify. 25 matches for you to qualify. Do you know how many teams qualified for 25 matches? And you've got to think this is all-time ranking, so this is like 90s, 80s, when I've watched matches the whole of the last 4 years we've ran it. How many do you think qualified?
About 400.
19.
What?
19 teams have had 25 matches.
Wow. Right,
19 teams. What? Like, tag team wrestling's insane.
Yeah.
Like, how it's booked. Like, it's because the trouble is, people are just throwing in 8-man tags. 2 tag teams together. I don't count that. That won't go towards your tag team rating. So if you have someone like, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head at the moment, like tag team wise. The Acclaimed and Keith and Swerve tagging together. That's an 8-man tag, so you're not a tag team. So you don't qualify for it. It's insane. It's 19 teams we'll be discussing today.
Wow.
That's incredible, isn't it? So kicking off, at number 19 of the top 50 list of tag teams, Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. So they've had 25 matches, so they've just about qualified for the list. But obviously, I'll see more matches than they go, because they're obviously not around anymore, so this is more of just me watching early on. Their average rating is 2.33 matches, per 2.33 ratings. I'm just going to go through stats rather than giving like the top 5 kind of things for each one, because this might be better. So they've had 1 3-star match that I've seen. That's the highest rated they've ever had. In 25 matches, 10 tag team championship matches. They've won 16 matches and lost 7. Last year, they were 28th. So 28. Like, how many people were on my list last year, thinking about it? Because I haven't done the graphics yet. There was 28 teams. So dropped off. Is that how much you maths? 9 teams have dropped off. Is that maths? That's maths.
9.
9 teams have dropped off.
And they're still last.
Yeah. Legion of Doom, great tag team, but also squashy. So...
Yeah, they weren't great matches.
Yeah. In at number 18, Chaos. So the New Japan faction run by Okada, basically. These are like the good guys of Chaos, so you have the good guy, like Leo Rush is in there now, Tori Yano. 51 matches, so it sums up like... So I do see teams that have a lot of matches, so it's tag teams / stables, by the way, just to get it out there, because if it was just tag teams, there'll be 2 people on the list, and this will be the worst list ever. So I always rate tag team, and that's the same for the awards, because I know that tag teams don't get enough matches. So 51 rated, 2.53 average rating. They've had 8 3-star matches, highest rated. 5 championship matches in the faction, tag team wise and trios wise. Won 25, lost 24, drew 2. They were 24th last year, and they're 18th this year. And just to confirm, Legion of Doom wasn't 28th last year. That was the year prior. They didn't qualify last year. I've watched more matches this year. Yeah. So Chaos, New Japan faction. The reason they only got in is because New Japan factions do have a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Talking of New Japan factions, at number 17, the Bullet Club. 72 matches, so quite higher up.
I'm surprised that wasn't more. because there's like 8 million people in Bullet Club.
Yeah, and you got to think that's forever. There's been 8 million people as well. Because I've been watching like early 2000 matches, middle 2000 matches. 72 matches, 2.54 rating, 11 3-star matches. 2 championship matches I've seen in 72 matches with Bullet Club. 2 championship matches.
Wow.
31 wins, 40 losses, 1 draw. They were 25th last year, 25th the year prior, but the 17th this year. Good for them.
By proxy, I would assume.
Yeah, pretty much. Next up, we've got the Street Profits. So I saw 41 matches from the Street Profits, mainly in the last year.
35 of them were exactly the same.
Pretty much. So Bullet Club. Street Profits 2.54 rated. 13 3-star matches, 1 4-star match they've had on my ratings, which you can check out on the website. 18 championship matches, 22 wins, 16 losses. They were 26th last year, and they're 16th this year, so they have actually gone up if you look at it that way, not just by default. And then in at number 15, we've got the Rascals. So this variant is the stable of the Rascals. So you might see stables in here, and you might see the tag team variant of them, because if they have enough matches, I'll put them on there. So this is Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and Desmond Xavier. Sorry. 32 matches, 2.62, so it's a bit of a jump. Average rating rise. 8 3-star matches, 5 championship matches. 10 wins, 22 losses, so they are pretty much a loss machine. 22nd last year, 20th the year prior, 15th this year.
They've gone all done.
Yeah, so they've done pretty decent. Next up, New Japan eccentric, Los Ingobernables de Japón, which is the Naito team, with Takagi, Bushi, Sonata. 62 matches from them, 2.66 rated. 11 3-star matches and then 2 4-star matches from via that in there. They've only had 3 total championships. They've won 30, lost 31, so they're pretty much just an average win-lose kind of situation. Where are we there? So the 14th this year, 21st last year, and 23rd this year prior. So they are slowly climbing. Now back into the Americas. At number 13, we've got the Steiner brothers.
Wow.
Absolute brilliant matches, the Steiner brothers. They just used to kick the crap out of people. Full on, stiff, and you've seen what's flipping Steiner's finisher, not the Steiner recliner, the Frankensteiner, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Right, but you just like standing Frankenstein, just drill there in the head. And he had like the Brian Cage finisher, do you know, where he just does that pole drive but drops them like that. It's fucking grim.
Yeah.
I've saw 52 Steiner Brothers matches, which is an insane amount thinking of this list. 2.65 rated. So as of the ratings, I think they've gone down slightly. But this is when I did the list, so they were above Los Ingobernables at the time of the ratings when I did them. So they're 2.65, so they're technically below Los Ingobernables, but I'm not editing this list now because I can't be arsed. So they have 20 3-star matches, 2 4-star matches. They've won 40, lost 10, which sums up the Steiner booking. They were 13th this year, 18th last year, 15th the year prior, so they've kind of gone in and out.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz. 28 matches, 75 overall rating. I don't even know why I started that. 2.67 over average. They've had 9 3-star matches, won 15, lost 13. And they were 12th this year, 16th last year, and 18th the year prior. And now they're dead. So,
yeah, I was going to say, they're just... One of them's injured.
Yeah. Probably. And I don't think he wanted to be there in the first place anyway. I'm sure there was a lot of stuff coming out. Santana didn't want to be in AEW anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll find out when he comes back. Next up, the Dudley Boys.
Or when he doesn't.
Dudley Boys, yep. So they come in at number 30. They've had 30 matches coming at number 11. 2.68 rated. They've had 8 3-star matches, nothing above that yet, but I haven't got to the TLC matches and so forth, so that'll build them up. 12 total matches, 13 wins, 16 losses, 1 draw. And let's have a look. So they're 11th this year, 19th last year, and 16th the year prior.
that's only going to go up, as we said, when you
Yeah,
start getting to
TLC and so forth, and they've only just started appearing in ECW because a lot of these matches are Impact, I think, that I've seen that so far.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the faction of the New Day. So 35 matches I've seen them, which is still thinking about 35 matches in 3 years is low, and that's include this is the faction and tag team combined.
You're averaging 12 a year, which
Yeah.
is when you think about one a month.
Yeah. So 2.68 rated as well, 13 3 stars. So they've had 17 championship matches, 17 wins, 16 losses, 2 draws. They were so they're 10th this year, 13th last year, and 12th. So they pretty much stayed around the same way for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Coming in, I think, as the highest rated New Japan faction, Suzuki-gun, which is now dead. They disbanded at one of the last events, which is sad to see. 65 matches, 2.72, 13 3 stars, 3 4 stars. Had 5 championship matches, which they won 35 and lost 30, so they're winning a lot. 9 last this year, 20th the year prior, and 19. So they've had a lot of good build this year.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got MSK. So the tag team variant of the Rascals, which is Wentz and Xavier, or Wesley and Nash Carter, as they were during the NXT run. They had 32 matches that I saw, so that's a decent whack for the run they had. 2.73 overall, 13 3 stars, 1 2 4 star. They won 20, lost 12, had 12 championship matches. They were 8th this year, 14th last year. Didn't qualify the year previous. Probably won't qualify ever again. Actually, 30 will be the ranking next year, so they will squeak in. Next up, the Grizzled Young Vets, which is Gibson and Drake. I don't know what they're called now. It's like Rip Fowler and someone they're called now. Like they've ruined.
It's completely wrecked.
Yeah. So they're 29 matches, 2.80 rating, 8 3 stars, 2 4 stars, and they had a 5-star match, which we discussed on the company's list. In the NXT, they've had 3 tag team championship matches, 17 wins, 11 losses, and they were 9th last year.
And the 7th this year.
Yeah, so they've all gone up, which is probably because people have left the list because there's not enough tag team matches. Next up, with 36 matches, the Inner Circle, 36 matches.
Wow.
They weren't around that long.
No.
Average rating 280, 9 3 stars, 1 4 star, 1 5 star. 17 matches, wins, 19 losses. So 8th last year and 10th the year prior. They won't improve. They shouldn't do unless the teams above them fall off basically.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the tag team variant of Imperium. So Bartel and Eichner. I think it's Vinci and Kaiser now. So they only just qualified, but they should start having more matches again because they're back around. So they are 25, 2.88, 8 3-star matches and 1 5-star match. They had 8 tag team titles, 15 wins, 9 losses, and they were 7th last year.
So they've gone up.
Yeah, so they've improved, and they should improve. Now they're around again, because obviously they had a year where they weren't actually around. Here's one for you, Froz. You'll love this. At number, where are we? We're 4th now. At number 4, Jurassic Express.
Wow.
30 matches, 86.5 overall rating, but 2.883 actual things. So they're in par Imperium. 12 3-star matches, 1 4-star. They've had 8 tag team title opportunities, 14 and 16, 14 wins, 16 losses. They were 6th last year, 8th the year prior. They're probably not going to extend anymore until they eventually bring Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus back together, which they will, because they've kind of stagnated Jungle Boy already. And then after that, we've got in 3rd place the Lucha Brothers. So 31 matches, 3.5 rated, so 3.05 rated, 15 3 stars, 4 4 stars, 13 championships, 17 wins, 14 losses. They were 3rd last year as well. And the year prior they were 6th, so they've done pretty well to move up. And then we come down to the final 2 for us.
Well, I think we know who the 2 are.
Name them.
Well, it's going to be Young Bucks and the Usos, isn't it? or the elite in the bloodline, or however you want to put it.
So I think you're missing one big team. So one team is missing out of
Oh,
what
and
you said.
FTR.
Yep.
FTR.
So at number 2, FTR. 40 matches, 3.2 rated, 19 3-star matches, 3 4-star matches, 4 5-star matches, 23 tag team championship, 25 wins, 14 losses. They were 4th last year and 4th the year prior, so they've kind of escalated. The reason they escalated is because the year prior, AEW didn't know what they're doing with them, did they? They just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Which is absolute madness, because for me, they're the best tag team in the world. How do you not know what to do with the best?
Yeah,
tag
it's
team
incredible, isn't it? And then at number 1, for the 3rd year in a row, the Young Bucks.
So is there just no Usos on this list?
Usos didn't have enough tag team matches. It's insane.
That's mad.
I'll find the how many Uso tag team matches before we get off this. So Young Bucks also had 40 matches, and they were 3.3, so they're not far off FTR. 16 3-star, 7. They had more 4-star matches, the Young Bucks, and FTR had more 5-star. So Young Bucks had 7 4-stars, FTR 3, but FTR had 4 5-star, and Young Bucks had 2. They've had 18 tag matches, championship matches, won 28, lost 12. They were first every year. And that's the end of the list.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm still staggered that the Usos aren't on this list.
Yeah, but you got to think who else is not on this list. Just in the not even like being good at tag team wrestling, just being that they should have had enough matches at this point in life.
Yeah.
People like Where's Private Party?
Yeah.
They were there for 3 years. The Usos have had 24 matches.
Oh, wounded.
And if we go via, if I let them in, if I let them in the ratings, they would have got, at this moment in time, let me have a look, they would have been 12th.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because of they've only started to have banger after banger recently. But yeah, it's incredible. Like just going to match. So let's go who's prior. So I'll name the teams that can just about qualify next year if they have a few matches. So you got the Undisputed Era, so that's never going to happen now because the faction's dead. United Empire will get in there next year because they're a new faction. Usos, the Dark Order, never going to see matches with them again because they're on Rampage and Thingy. Donna Del Mondo is a Stardom faction, they might get in there. The original LAX, Impact, never going to see them again. Best Friends have not qualified. Only 22 tag team matches, you see them every week.
Yeah.
Nasty Boys, Harlem Heat, Alpha Academy have only had 19 tag team matches that we've seen. Well, I've seen in the last 3 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Good Brothers, 19 matches as well. It's insane the amount of times that they don't actually have tag team matches. They just have like freeways, but it'll be a freeway with a random person. Like it'll be the Good Brothers and Omos. It'll just be like it won't be the OC. So to add to a rating, it'll just be them. So someone needs to sort out tag team matches and actually have tag team matches where it's just 2-on-2 or an actual faction versus a faction, not just random ass fucking teams of like Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens fighting the Usos. Like, have the Usos fight someone that's a tag team like Eric and Ivar? Where's the Viking Raiders?
Yeah, they've disappeared, haven't they? The Viking Raiders.
Yeah, once again disappeared. Oh, it can only get worse. Tag team wrestling's in the bin unless you're the FTR and Young Bucks and the Briscoes. The Briscoes are not on here just because they're not booked on AEW because AEW can't have them.
No.
Insanity.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, isn't there?
It's some comments that Jay Briscoe said probably about 10 years ago on Twitter or something like that.
And it's TBS who won't have them in it.
Yeah. Insane. But then they'll have Nick Gage up here who literally robbed a bank.
Yeah.
I don't get it, yeah.
The less said about that stuff, the better. But well, that brings to an end the tag team rankings for this year. So join us next year to see all.
We're going to be around.
All these teams that we've discussed that haven't made the list so far, and see if they make it on.
Oh, the list is going to be shorter, and the video is going to be shorter every year.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Young Bucks, AEW clean sweep of the award so far.
Queen sweep. I thought you were trying to put your own opinion on it there.
No, but yeah. So far, AEW Company of the Year, Young Bucks Tag of the Year. Join us on the next one. which I don't know which one it's going to be because
female. Oh yeah, I didn't. I was supposed to mention it. It's female and male, or the other two.
So female and male of the year. So I'm assuming the next video will be the female award, and then we'll go to male. So we'll see if AEW can win all 4 categories, or whether someone can surprise us from somewhere. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I don't think AEW will win the women's category.
You'd be wrong. No, aren't you? I don't even know who's on top of it, but we'll find out.
But it's purely just going off the fact that we shit on that roster every single week. Not because they're bad, but because of how poorly they're booked. Join us on the next one, which should be a fun one now I've said that. But yeah, that is everything from me. Have you got anything to add, Ray?
The list is fucked.
Yeah. Well, follow the socials. They're up here. Make sure you're getting involved in everything that we've got going on at the minute. We've had giveaways. We're doing more.
But the last day of the giveaway, when we release
this,
it's the 30th. Yeah. The 31st will be the next day. Yeah, so you got one day to get into this giveaway.
Yeah,
I'm probably begging at this point. Join.
Get in this giveaway. It's free wrestling tickets. I mean, who doesn't want to go and see good shows?
And just it's not a one-time thing either. We've already kind of lined up the next one, which we need to figure out the details.
Yeah, exactly. We've got another ticket giveaway lined up for a completely different show as well.
So in a different place.
Not coming from the same company. Not coming from the same place.
I'll give you a hint, and it's not in the Midlands, and it's not in London. Yeah.
We're looking at expanding and getting where we can. So obviously, we know logistically sometimes people don't enter stuff because that's miles away from me. We are looking at making it logistically fair for everyone who follows the channel.
Yeah, change it.
So get yourself involved, because we are going to be doing more of this going forward. But yeah, like the socials, subscribe, because that all helps. And yeah, just keep following and keep watching the content, and we'll keep putting it out. But on my behalf, thank you very much for watching. And on Rate's behalf, he's going to say
goodbye.
See you on the next one, guys.